everyone, and welcome to the RMTV Women's Podcast. This is episode 67.
So many.
So many podcasts.
So many.
Kick-off question this week. We've left it to Ross is on the ones and twos again. It's becoming a regular occurrence.
It's
Ross on the ones and twos. Oh, that's nice.
heartwarming. Heartwarming.
Tugs on the heartstrings. Yeah, true.
Learn the inner workings of our brains.
Kick-off question then, if you've got one for us.
Well, I had three.
Yeah.
What do you want for Christmas? What's your favourite Christmas song? What's your worst Christmas song?
Right, should we do all three?
What has really grinded your gears this week?
This week.
We can make it a regular thing, a little segment.
This week.
What's really annoyed you this week?
Life, general.
Yeah. University's really annoying me this week because I've got a lot of deadlines, so it's really getting on my nerves.
I've got one. You know what really, really irritates me? So, I just hit it. I'm really sorry. I was in university, as I usually am, and I was quite a few paces ahead of a young fellow behind me. And he was so if we're talking about a 100-metre track, I was maybe 10, 15 metres in front of him. And I stopped, I opened this door, I stopped and held the door for him to come. And he didn't say thank you.
Oh.
And I was like so tempted to be like, get back out there now and we'll do this again.
Do you ever have the awkward moment where there's like, you have to walk through like 4 or 5 doors and the same person stays with you the whole time?
Yeah.
And you have to think of different ways to say thank you each time. So the first one you're like, thank you. And next one's like, thanks. Then you go, ta. And then you go, thank you. Ta.
You get that when you drive in the car and you let someone brake, and like you just don't go like that or flashing lights.
People who don't put the indicators on.
Oh.
You literally, or they keep them on for ages.
They're there for a reason.
So they do like say they're going left, and there's so many times they can turn left, and it's the very last one, but they've had it on the whole way down the road. So I'm like, I don't know when you're gonna go.
Another one I've got is when like you're trying to explain a story.
Yeah.
No, it happened once this week. And I was so someone had asked me a question. I was answering. It wasn't anyone in this room, don't worry. I was answering, and then they just went and asked someone else a different question while I was speaking. And it's like, well, you're not listening to what I had to say.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Prime example.
No, I get what you mean.
Do you know what I mean? It's just like, you've actually
Was I
asked me
there?
a question. No.
Oh.
I love you the way you said it's nobody in this room implying that someone is upstairs.
No, it's no one in work. It's not. But like, I literally was like, I'd said about 4 words and they'd gone, oh yeah, so. I was like, okay. I didn't want to answer anyways.
Yeah. People are just annoying, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think people just irritate me.
I much prefer teddy bears.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Let's move on quickly.
Pudsey.
So, this weekend, WSL fixtures, Liverpool faced Arsenal away from home.
Exciting.
We suffered a 1-0 defeat. But you know what? It's not all doom and gloom, I don't think. Obviously, we've lost another game. Still bottom of the league. Still haven't
1
scored.
point. Not scored 1 goal so far.
But I think if
Got a few players injured.
But I think if we just take it game by game, if you look at
Just take it step by step. Nice.
If you just look at the Arsenal game that happened at the weekend, I think that we actually played like some really good football. Well, yeah.
Right.
It was a good. There was good portions of the match for us
Yes.
that you didn't think were gonna happen because it was Arsenal.
I think the best way to sort of gauge it is if you look at some other teams that are in the same position of us. For example, Bristol played Arsenal midweek in the Conti Cup and lost 6-0.
Yeah.
Or was it 6 or 7-0?
Yeah.
And you're thinking like, we're below Bristol in the league, but we only lost by 1 goal. Like, and you would have thought if, like, you would have kind of thought that maybe we would lose. Like, Arsenal have beaten us by, like, so many goals
last
before.
season it was 5-0 in the opening day and then 5-1 at home.
But I thought, like, if Sophie Bradley Auckland scores that cross that comes in from Becky Jane, that is a completely different game then.
Well,
and then Arsenal have to come from behind.
Yeah, because I think like we had the first like rocky 5 minutes. We were doing some really dodgy passes and we were just like basically booting the
It's
ball
all over the
upfield.
gaff, wasn't it? Yeah.
But then we get a free kick.
Yeah.
But Becky Jane swings it in.
Honestly, that's the best free kick we've ever taken. Like, Becky Jane for set pieces. Hashtag.
Bradley Orkin comes in, like, side foots it, hits the post, and then, like, someone, like, clears it away, and I was like, oh my god, like, if that's actually, like, 3 centimetres the other side of the post,
We're 1-0 up.
we're 1-0 up away from home against last season's champions, like...
I think we looked quite comfortable
We
in
did.
terms of the... Now, I've got a question I want to ask you. I'm not going to say it just yet, but after. But in terms of, like, sometimes when you look from the wide view of the camera on the football field, you see, like, the solid formation, and you could see that, and it looked comfortable, like, as they were moving as a unit.
I know
Sometimes
exactly
we
what
sort of
question.
break up, someone goes one way or another, but they were, like, moving as a unit to try and stop Arsenal from the balls. Well, they scored from it, but most of the time they were able to sort of stop any passes, like, diagonally, things like that. And I think the back four had a really good game. I think Bradley Orkin probably had the best out of all them, interceptions all over the park. Robe, I think, struggled in terms of pace, but in
needs the
terms of
rest.
tackling, yeah, I think so. In terms of, like, tackling, she was fine, but she looked a bit like she was running in sand at some times, like she just couldn't get the legs moving quick enough, especially when you're coming up against Beth Mead, Lisa Evans on the wings, like, it's difficult. But as I said, like, I thought we were superb at points, and it looked like we weren't playing against an Arsenal side that were champions last season.
No.
I don't think they were completely at the races, but when you're looking at it from a Liverpool point of view, you don't want them to be at the races. If you win and people go, oh, that's because Arsenal just had a bad day, you've still won the game. Like, it doesn't matter.
I think that's what would have been, like, if we got our first win of the season. It wouldn't have been the focus on Liverpool have finally got the first win. They've grafted hard this season in certain games and blah blah blah. It would have just been, well, what went wrong for Arsenal?
Yeah, it wouldn't be like Liverpool's superbness. It'd be Arsenal's downfall. Yeah.
But, like, to be honest, like, they were lucky with their goal. It bounces off Robe and Medina just hits it first time.
It's a
like,
brilliant
it's a good
through ball
finish.
from I think it's Williamson who puts the ball through. It literally cuts off the whole of the midfield.
Yeah, but then it gets a ricochet off our defenders, and then she just hits it first time.
Yeah.
Like, fair play, it's a good strike of the ball. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's took a chance when she's got it.
Proper number 9 goal.
But like, if just that just split second there wouldn't have happened, I reckon we could have got a 0-0 out of that game. That would have been a very well earned point.
Well, we need to start singling out games where we can sort of pick up a point now and then.
Yeah.
And maybe not go full strength in terms of attacking, but just keeping it solid to pick up a point. Like, you'd be looking at maybe Spurs at home, maybe at least a point, if not a win. I know that's after Christmas. Bristol away, you'd be looking to get a point at least from that as well.
Yeah.
Brighton away, point from that.
You've got to. They're the games you've got to, because there's like the Bristol game earlier
Birmingham
on
at
this season,
home.
Birmingham, Reading at home. Like, they're the ones we should.
We've had Reading at home.
Yeah. No, I'm saying earlier on in the season,
okay.
the Bristol one at home, the Reading one at home.
Yeah.
They're the ones that we should have picked up points from, and that's why we're in the position we are now.
Yeah.
Because you come to, like, your really tough run of fixtures: Arsenal, City, Chelsea, and then over the next couple of weeks. Where, like, if we'd have been sitting on 6 points, we would beat Reading and Bristol. Then you'd be like, do you know what? Okay. Like, you're going to come up against Arsenal. You're going to have a tough game. That's fine. But you're not. You're like, you're just hoping for something.
Yeah.
And, like, City on Sunday, like, in my head, I'm thinking, we really need to win that game so much. But, like,
or at least draw a point from it.
Yeah, but then on the other side, I'm like, oh, I can't see us winning the game because it is Man City. And, like, they're second in the league at the minute.
I feel like it's difficult, but you can't really think like that at the moment. Like, don't get me wrong, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, we're at the bottom of the table here.
Yeah.
I don't see it changing at the moment.
No.
In terms of shooting up the top of the table. No, it's not going to happen. But it is in the back of your head, like, relegation. I don't think about it often, but I do. It has crossed my mind a few times.
Yeah.
And Liverpool shouldn't be fighting a relegation battle. They
And
shouldn't be.
Especially this season as well, because I feel like, you know,
You've had a pre-season with it. Yeah.
It's not like you've done a whole new team like we did last year. You've only got 3 new players in.
Yeah.
You've got Charles back from injury. She didn't feature much in majority of last season. Like, it's just weird. It's baffling to me that, like, we are where we are, because if you look at our team,
on paper it shouldn't
be like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Which is weird. But
my question for you was then, do you think we need to change the formation? Because at the moment we play a 4-1-2-1. 4-1-2-3 sort of. No, 4.
It depends.
Four-
It depends in
4-1,
games.
3-1
Sometimes we
sort of.
play 2 CDMs, don't we?
Yeah, it's
But-
usually the standard back 4. Roberts, Bailey,
Law.
Lynette,
Yeah.
Lawley, Sweetman-Kirk, Charles, or Babajide,
Yeah.
whoever plays. So it's sort of a 4-1-2-3. Yeah.
I quite like the role that Kirsty Leonard's playing at the minute.
She's not playing alongside Bailey. They're sort of like
These- interchanges
Yeah.
or type, like throughout the game depending on what's happening. I think it just allows her to get more time on the ball, and like she is actually good technically.
she's so much fitter than she was
Yeah.
last season in terms of like stamina. She can run a lot more, and I think that role sort of allows her to do that.
I think when you play striker, it's one of the loneliest positions because you're upfield most of the game. You're waiting for the ball to come to you. It's
You're
not
playing
like,
you're playing facing the back
Yeah,
of the net
yeah.
most of the time.
so like you're constantly just waiting for something to happen. You're relying on your teammates to get
Yeah.
to get the ball rolling, sort of type thing. So I think she's benefited a lot from just like dropping deeper in that formation because she's played amazingly the past like 3 games. It's the best I've seen her play.
yeah.
But then
Anfield was unbelievable.
yeah,
for her.
she was well up for it. But I do want to see if we can get more out of Sweetman-Kirk if you play 2 up front.
I think it's something worth like testing.
Because she holds the ball up so well. The last 2 games, she's really that seems to be something that she's worked on. She holds it up so
Yeah.
well, but then sometimes no one's
She
following
can't flick it
in.
onto
She
anyone.
can't flick it
yeah.
onto anyone because she's the furthest forward. So if she has a partner that where sort of both of them stay up from in those moments of the game, and she's the one to bring it down, lay it off.
Yeah.
If she has someone to sort of link up with, I feel like that might bring more out of her because you're still waiting to see the best of Sweetman-Kirk.
Yeah. I think it's fair to say she's not hit highs.
No.
Yeah.
Well, she got a goal against Blackburn, didn't she? That was key. That was crucial for her. And obviously we were hoping she was going to kick on. To kick on at Arsenal away is tough. So
I said this in my post-match thing, like, we couldn't have been in any better position going
No.
into that Arsenal game, and I think that's what helped us a little bit. Like, coming off the back of scoring 6 goals with 6 different scorers against Blackburn, and then going into Arsenal. Imagine if we'd have gone straight off the back of the derby into that Arsenal
Yeah.
game, how difficult mentally that would have been.
yeah.
So I think just wrapping up on like the whole game in itself, like, we couldn't have been in a better position, and I think that showed in the way that the players like conducted themselves against potentially one of the best teams in the world at the moment.
Yeah. Well, we're playing with a lot more confidence than the
Yeah.
bottom of the league
Oh yeah.
teams
Oh, yeah,
should
yeah.
have. So I mean that's a positive.
Well,
I
look at it this
suppose.
way. Chelsea beat Birmingham. Was it 6-0
Mm.
on the same day that we drew to Arsenal, and Birmingham are a couple of points ahead of us.
Yeah.
So we're not playing like we should be at the bottom.
No, but I just don't think a lot of people realise that,
No.
and I think that's the
Because
most.
the team's not showed it yet.
That's
though.
frustrating.
That's the point. The team's not winning, so people then have
Yeah.
this preconceived idea that because the team isn't winning, they're playing badly. Well,
Yeah.
in the last few games, that hasn't been the case.
No.
Fair enough, a few of the games, Villa away, for example, that was a difficult game, and they didn't make any they didn't create any chances
Mm.
anyway. So the performances are there, and it's just now the final product, sort of.
I think you're in a different mindset if we'd have won the derby. We didn't deserve to lose that game.
No.
So you say if we did, say if Kirsty Leonard's header goes in, Charles scores the chances that she has. There's a massive 3 points you're sitting on 4. Like, you know,
Following that up with another 3
you-
points in
you-
the cup
you-
the same
there's
week.
more. Yeah, there's more goals as well.
Yeah.
Like, I think the most concerning thing at the minute is the fact that we're not scoring.
No.
And like
In the league.
In the league, sorry, yeah. In the cup we're flying, but in the league we've literally only got 1 goal, and none of it's not from open play. It's from a penalty kick. So like, I think that's
They'll know that.
They-
Vicky
they-
Jepson will know
yeah.
that. The players will know that. And I'm sure that's something that they're working on.
yeah,
But it just needs to be translated onto the pitch
yeah.
now.
You just need to get it sorted,
Get it done.
get the ball in the net, win
Yeah.
some games. We'll be
Put
fine.
us on. Go on.
Yeah, go on. We'll go up front.
Yeah.
We'll bag a hat trick.
I'll partner you up front, Sweetman-Kirk.
You dodgy knee.
It's not dodgy
Just the
anymore.
one leg.
It's not dodgy anymore.
No, it's actually not. To be fair,
It's actually
you'll
not.
be all right in January.
Yeah.
So, there we
Vicky,
go.
I'll be back up in January.
Sign us up. News then.
News.
Luco has announced that she is leaving Juventus after 3 seasons.
Dun, dun, dun. Doesn't
which
feel like
is-
it's been 3 seasons.
No,
It feels
it
a lot
doesn't.
shorter than that.
Yeah. She has said that England is the destination. So, you
Ooh.
know,
Would you want her at Liverpool?
I would.
She centre forward.
Yeah.
She can partner Sweetman Kirk.
She
Sack
can
me
partner
off.
Sweet-
Come
yeah.
on.
I would. She's still got a lot to offer. Do you know what I mean?
Experience.
Experience in the WSL. She's got a lot to offer. Scores goals. She won quite a few trophies at Juventus. So like, she's a solid player. Whatever team gets her is very, very
Sound.
lucky.
Yeah.
I don't see it being any of the top teams.
No.
Because she wouldn't go back to
Those
Chelsea.
places are all filled up anyways.
She
Sam
can't-
Kerr's just signed
yeah,
for Chelsea.
She wouldn't go there anyway. So for that reason, Arsenal, she's not going to be able
Get
to
in front
compete
of
with
Miedemar,
United, they've got a solid forward line. City have got Ellen White up front now.
Liverpool.
Liverpool is
Liverpool will welcome Jenny Luco in
Jenny?
open arms. So come on, hon.
Come on down. But yeah, it'd be very interesting to see
It would, yeah.
who she goes with because, I mean, maybe London's the destination for her. What, Tottenham? Who've they got up front?
Couldn't
Someone.
tell you. Genuine
Got
couldn't
someone.
tell you.
Tottenham might be a shout.
Yeah.
Never know.
Never know.
Another thing that I seen that happened over the weekend was that sort of circulated.
I saw it, but I didn't really read into it. I should have done.
Yeah, well, Borussia Dortmund fans held up a banner at their game. I'm not sure who it was against. Over the weekend, that said it was in German, but it translated to "Football is for everybody, women's team now," and
Wow.
yeah, and Dortmund being one of the top European clubs are literally. I'm not sure how. Obviously, Real Madrid have just got their team. Barca have won. All the Premier League teams have won. Atletico, all them type.
Do Bournemouth have a team?
I think so.
Like-
That is a good question.
I know
actually,
Southampton do. Brighton, obviously, yeah. But
I think
Bournemouth?
they do.
Portsmouth?
I don't know about Portsmouth.
No.
I'm just talking about
brains.
Premier League.
Norwich?
Yeah,
Do they have a women's team?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm pretty there's a lot more women's teams out there than you
I know,
actually
yeah.
think, but just because it's not like mainstream and there's
Yeah.
all that type of stuff. But
I don't know why I thought of Bournemouth. They're just like...
I know why Bournemouth.
What about, like... I can't think. Let's just keep going.
Okay. But it's weird to think that a top European club like Dortmund still don't have a women's team.
I'd love to say I played for Dortmund.
Imagine saying, who do you play for? Borussia Dortmund. That'd be so cool. I feel like it is something that's on every team's radar now.
Oh, it's gotta be.
If it
Gotta be.
isn't,
If it is, if they don't have one, it's frowned upon.
Yeah.
Like, we're frowning upon the fact that they haven't got one.
yeah, exactly. So, I mean,
They've got the money too. Let's be honest.
yeah. Well, it's still baffling that Real Madrid have only just done it this year because
They're not even called it yet.
they're not. No, they're just still
CD
in the-
tack on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so weird.
Is it starting at the end of the season or?
What?
Like, are they calling it Real Madrid at the end of the season?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, not
I'm
ours.
not sure. But I think it's something. Porto don't have a women's team.
Okay.
They're
Who's
a
Zenit?
really good Zenit St. Petersburg.
I've never heard of them.
What?
I've never heard of them.
Does Villas Boas still manage them?
I'm just
The Hulk used to play for them.
The Hulk. Who's that?
Hulk, the Brazilian fella.
Got a square head.
Are you joking?
Just wanna stick you.
You're not winning.
What about other Italian sides? Milan's got one, Roma.
Parma don't have one.
Roma have one.
Parma have just got their own teams.
Yeah.
Palma di
Parma don't-
Mallorca.
No. Calgary don't have one, and there's another one. I think the rest of them have them. There's 3 teams that don't
Does
have
Sevilla
one.
have one?
In Canada.
Does
No,
Sevilla
what's it
have
called?
one?
How'd you say it? That's it, Calgary.
Calamari.
How'd you say it?
Cagliari.
That one.
Cagliari.
That one. They don't
We
have
should
one.
do like learning a language with Lauren and Amy.
See,
En français.
I did that for 7 years in school. I don't want to do it again.
Bonjour.
No.
Does Sevilla have a women's team?
Yes, they do.
I keep hitting this
I
microphone.
can't remember there's a list of teams before that I looked at. I can't remember the Spanish ones.
Oh well.
But yeah, I think
Weird that they don't have it in it.
it is weird. And I think that like there's a really good reaction as well. Like what I seen on social media of like when that banner was displayed. Like a lot of people were like, "Oh, fair play." Like the club should take notice now because it's something that the fans actually want. And ultimately, if the fans want it, then you know, do it because there's literally nothing stopping you now.
Why would you not?
Why would you not? Rival Bayern Munich women's team, they're a decent side. There we go. Get it done. Another thing that came out that you're not gonna have an absolute jar of glue about.
I actually saw this.
Did you just see it and then not read it?
Yep.
Yeah, thought so.
I don't like reading. I prefer videos.
Someone's doing sports science at university, doesn't like reading. It's good, it's fun for you.
I literally hate it.
It was announced, I think it was Monday, that
Gotta get down on Monday.
thanks for that.
What's the song? It's just another manic Monday.
Yeah.
Go.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Rain
No
FC.
one appreciates me.
Oh my god, I'm trying to do this point 3 times. You talk about your pet peeve being people interrupting you. You do it to me all the time on this podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rain FC have announced that they're in negotiations with Olympic Lyonnais group.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes,
Lyonnais. Lyonnais.
The parent club of
Oh, do they take
Leon.
you to school?
they're in negotiations for them to buy Rain FC. They're expecting
Buy them a lunchbox.
the negotiations.
I've
Just put
killed
it on me, Ross. Put it on me. The negotiations are expected to be done by the end of January next year. But I feel like, what are you doing?
Just thinking how many months January is.
It's December on Sunday, if that helps you.
Yeah, 1 month away.
Yeah, well done.
So it's going to happen in 1 month?
By the end of 31st of
Someone's
January
got some negotiating
2020.
to do, haven't they?
It's
not me.
You don't really pay attention to the NWSL, as we've seen over many weeks of this podcast.
I don't pay much attention to really anything.
No, you don't, to be honest.
I'm surprised I've lasted this many podcasts.
I know.
Because I'm such a slacker.
If you haven't noticed, we just wing it. Like this is
That's
Amy.
the first time I've seen this agenda.
Yeah, Amy didn't know this was a point on the agenda till like 20 minutes ago. But obviously the NWSL is going through like a bit of like a reshuffle. New teams are coming in at certain points in the league. You know, it's gonna get more competitive. They've got like some of the best players in the women's football world.
Who's your favourite NWSL player?
I quite like Tobin Heath, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew you was going to say that.
Yeah. Tobin Heath's my gal. But yeah, considering that the whole reshuffle of the league, having someone like that group who obviously own Lyon, the amount of success that they've had, the amount of money that's pumped into their team to take over someone like Rain FC in that league is like a major step for like women's football, like everywhere, I feel like.
Why? Oh, sorry. Why Rain?
I don't know. Maybe it's just
Knows a guy who knows a guy.
knows a guy, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe, yeah. They got to the playoffs this year. So they are a good
Fair.
team. They are a really good team.
Sound.
You've got nothing to offer me, really, have you, on that point, because you haven't got a clue.
My point I offered was to let everyone know that January's in a month.
No, but look at it from a perspective of, like, women's football as a whole. That someone, like...
I don't get what it means.
It means that the same people who own Lyon will own Rain FC.
So money.
More than likely.
Will they let Lucy Bronze go there?
Maybe.
Wow. Okay.
But,
That
like,
is cool.
It's like a thing, isn't it? So, like, the NWSL's league is from April to October. So, like, in the meantime, you've got from, like, November till, like, mid-October till, like, I don't know, end of March, maybe, if, like, players from the NWSL want to go somewhere. So 9 times out of 10, they go to the Australian league that's started now, that goes until March or whatever.
Stupid.
Just the way it is.
Stupid.
so like a lot of players like to go to different places. So like Alex Morgan went to Lyon last year or the year before for like 6 months.
Stupid.
And like she won the Champions League in that time, do you know what I mean? Like
Stupid.
I think it'll see like Jess Fishlock plays for Reign, but she went to Lyon last season on loan. So I think you'll see a lot more of that, like players, like a lot more players going to like NWSL.
Maybe she initiated this movement.
I don't think Jess Fishlock's like, hey, go and buy Reign FC.
Mm.
I think it's just like I think they've had like a really good partnership, in like, and then
Maybe they just like the kit.
they just no that
I'm
you're just
joking.
offering me nothing here, are you?
I'm
I'm trying to have a good,
No,
really
no,
good like,
you're saying
discussion.
really good things. I'm listening. I'm taking it all in.
You're just looking at me with a blank face, just to be like, shut up, Lauren, I don't know what you're on about.
No, I get it. Like it'll be good.
Do you know what? I'm gonna get
Do you
someone.
think anyone that Leon would ever buy any WSL people?
Yeah, but I think
Who'd be the most likely candidate?
for Leon.
City. It's gotta be City now.
What?
In terms of like, Reign is gonna be bought by Leon.
Yeah.
Do you think anyone's gonna buy any WSL? Leon's gonna buy any WSL teams?
Don't think so.
You said yeah.
No, that didn't. That was the question.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I think there's quite a good. I mean, for majority of teams in WSL, there's quite a good like structure.
They're owned by their own
Yeah.
footy team, innit?
I don't think any of them would sell it off like that.
You know, like in the WSL,
Mm.
NWSL. Sorry, forgot the
Yeah.
N. You know, like Liverpool men, Liverpool women.
Yeah.
Is it Reign women, Reign men?
Yeah. So like.
What?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
I don't think they're called.
So it's rated men.
I don't think they're called Reign FC men though. Like
But there's like a sister club.
so, like Portland.
Lover club.
So like Portland's women are Portland Thorns and the men are Portland Timbers. Like
Stupid.
like Utah men isn't called Utah, but there's Utah Royals, but they're not called.
So what are the Utah
I
men
don't
called?
know.
What's the Orlando one?
They're both called Orlando Pride. I think they're the.
Where's the originality?
I think they're the same.
So that's like red men been calling red men and us been calling red woman.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, fun.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. But yeah,
That's
so
fine.
the Orlando women are called Orlando Pride, and then Orlando men are called Orlando City. So like
okay.
you can identify who's who. So like 9 times out of 10 when we say Liverpool, we have to specify and say Liverpool women,
Yeah.
right, and then Liverpool men. But like for them, they'd be like, oh, Orlando City, and they'd know that they're talking about the
That's
men's
so
team.
clever.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
good. I'm glad. Are you gonna take notice next season?
No.
I need someone to talk to about.
Lauren, I'm so busy.
So am
can't
I,
do
but you
this.
just get on with
I can't
life.
do more than one.
There's enough hours in the day.
No, there really isn't.
There is.
There really isn't.
There is.
When does it start?
April.
No. That's when my...
Why, you'll be done then?
No. I'm done in May.
Yeah.
No. Maybe.
I'm gonna
Should we go to an Orlando game when we're in America?
But who's paying for that?
No,
I
I'm
actually
joking.
did look into it, to be honest.
How much would it be?
I might see if there's one on my birthday.
How much would it be? I'm not there.
Don't know. I went a few seasons ago.
Would it be like over £10?
It was quite expensive.
Like £20?
No, it was more than that.
£40?
I think it was more than that.
£50?
Yeah. I didn't pay though, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, it was quite a good game. They played Atlanta, which is like a derby for them.
Atlanta?
Did you hear that? That was their throat. Atlanta United. They played them.
Where are they in the leagues? What league are they in?
No, I went to the men's game.
Oh,
and go
I
to a
was
women's
thinking.
game. I went to a men's one.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it
Got
was really
ya.
good. But it's playing the same stadium, so. Joe, it was dead weird because the stadium was like brand new, like, but it was just put into like a middle of like a neighborhood. There's actually just someone's house like over the road.
That's like, what's that Madrid one? Bernabeu.
Yeah.
That one, it's literally in the middle of the town.
Yeah, that's what it was like. So it was
Wow.
it's this brand new like multi-million-dollar stadium that was like absolutely massive. Oh, it was unbelievable.
That's it.
But like you've just got someone's house over the road. Like it was mad.
You want to
So
come in for a
cool.
cuppa?
But yeah, I think that's something. Well, I'm definitely going to keep an eye on that because I feel like that's something that's gonna.
NWSL is something you bring to the table.
It is.
I haven't quite figured out what I bring to the table yet.
It used to be Lucy Bronze, but you've gone off that now.
Yeah, no, I was young and foolish.
Yeah. Well, that's everything on the agenda that we've got to talk about this week.
What have you got on back here?
It's for build up.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm prepared.
Me too.
Um, yeah, build up video will be out Friday. We're filming that straight after this. City at the weekend, which is going to be an interesting game.
Yeah.
I think we're going to go. So grab your tickets, come down. Any Manchester, it's not that far. We've also been, if you follow our social medias this week, you'll see that we've been filming some Christmas videos. We're going to do a 12 days of Christmas this December. It is going to kill us, but it's going to be fun as well. Basically, we're going to upload 12 videos in December that are all Christmas related. I think we've decided we're going to do it on every even day. So the first one will be up on the 2nd of December. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
And that means the last one will be up on
on Christmas Eve. So it's a nice little Christmas Eve video for you there to watch. But yes, make sure you subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with all them. We're on 1,187 subscribers. So yeah, thank you everyone who subscribed. Maybe we can get to 1,200 before Christmas. That's a goal. That's a goal for us. But yeah, thank you for watching.
We haven't mentioned.
Oh yeah, if you've noticed, we've copped ourselves some merch, basically.
Oh God, I don't like that.
I don't like merch, but what you call
clothing.
Yeah, we've got ourselves some clothing. Some nice t-shirts and jumpers with our little logo on. If you actually would like to have one, let us know, because they're really comfy, and we can always, if anyone wants one, we can always send you one. I
mean, not for free.
Not for you. I mean, yeah, you would have to buy it. But that's
for a low cost.
That's something that we can look into if anyone.
Negotiate.
Yeah, if anyone's actually interested in getting one. But yeah, just let us know in the comments below. And if you've got any Christmas video ideas for us, let us know as well.
Yes.
But yeah, thank you for.
We think of 12. We have 4.
Yeah. So the first 4 days are covered, so we'll be alright. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Remember to like the video, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And we will see you next week with a new podcast. Ta-ra.